Welcome to the Leading Visionaries podcast, featuring stellar conversations with emerging and established leading visionaries. Thanks for joining us today as we celebrate and spotlight the leading visionaries who are thinking differently, seeing new possibilities, have the courage to dream big, take inspired action, and create conscious change all around the world. Now, here's your host, Anjel B. Hartwell.
Well, hello. Welcome again to the Leading Visionaries podcast. This is Anjel B. Hartwell, and today is Think About It Thursday. And I am so excited to share today's little message about thinking about your well-being as the visionary. I just got off speaking on a stage, and the host and I had a wonderful conversation. And during that conversation, we talked about how important it is to understand the value that you are bringing not only to the marketplace, which you're bringing in the form of your service, your idea, your innovation, if you're a product person, your product, your movement, your activism. There is value that you bring when you show up and begin to serve in the marketplace. But the most important value that needs to be taken into consideration is your own personal value as the vessel, as the visionary, as the messenger that is bringing this value to the marketplace. And something that I've done myself, and I've also seen many clients do, and I've helped clients with, is we are often still conditioned to believe that we need to sacrifice ourselves, for our vision, that we need to sacrifice ourselves for our mission, that we need to sacrifice ourselves for our message. And if you think clearly about this, if you really think about it, like it is Think About It Thursday, it actually doesn't make any sense at all to martyr yourself. It makes no sense at all to destroy your health, to destroy your relationships, to destroy your mental well-being in service to getting a message or a vision out. Because if you exhaust yourself, who's going to be the one? Who will be the one to further that message or that vision into the world? And it can be very difficult because we do live in a culture of busy. We do live in a culture that elevates and celebrates grinding it out, that elevates and celebrates the struggle, that elevates and celebrates the self-sacrifice. I have a little saying, don't be seduced by the culture of busy, because when you are seduced in that way and you begin to erode yourself, then naturally it's going to erode your capacity, your capability to bring your vision into its fullest fruition. So anybody with a really big world-changing vision must understand that this is not a sprint. This is an endurance game. And in order for you to be able to bring this work into its fullest fruition, you must be well. You must prioritize your wellness on all levels. You must prioritize your physical health. You must prioritize your mental health. You must prioritize your emotional health. You must prioritize your relational health. What happens when we sacrifice ourselves is all of those areas, some or all of those areas, can be deeply, deeply impacted and deeply eroded. And then we end up on the other side of the journey, physically, mentally, emotionally, or relationally exhausted, and often fall short of bringing our full vision into its fruition. Or if we did bring our vision into its fruition at the expense of our health, our mental health, our emotional health, our relational well-being, our spiritual well-being, if we've brought that vision in that way, we then feel depleted, resentful, empty, unsatisfied, bitter, maybe even shocked. It's like we suddenly wake up and we think to ourselves, wow, maybe that wasn't really worth it. Maybe the expense that I expensed in the getting to this goal wasn't really worth it after all. We become spiritually empty. We can become spiritually empty or even heartsick as a result of making those sacrifices. And so, what I want to convey here is there needs to be balance. There needs to be balance and there needs to be consciousness. You, as the leader, you, as the visionary, must bring consciousness to your well being, must bring consciousness to how you are using your energy, how you are showing up for yourself and for others. And without that consciousness, you can be assured that you will end up feeling on the short end of the stick when everything ends, when everything comes to its conclusion. So let's think about today the 5 resources that I've defined that make up your wealthy life by design, because we want your vision to be brought to the world in a well way. We want your vision to be brought to the world in a way that allows you to be sustained, allows your team to be sustained, allows your vision to be sustained and to grow organically and naturally and in a way that is beneficial for the good of all, for the recipients of whatever it is you're here to serve, as well as for the world, the culture, the society in general. And so the 5 areas that make up a wealthy life by design are time, your health, your imagination, the ecosystem of exchange, which is where the money piece is, and fun with your family, friends, and fellows on the path. If we're not having fun, why are we here? We need to have fun. We need to engage in the building of a beautiful ecosystem of exchange, of a relational field where our colleagues and our comrades and our clients and our, the people that we are playing with in the industry, on the playing field, whatever that field is, the industry that we're in, that we have a good, trusting, deep bond with those people. And it's not just transactional. And our imagination, right? Your ability to acquire your vision needs to be fostered. And the vision that you received is going to have nuances as time unfolds. So you want to be able to stay connected with your intuition, your intellect, your imagination. Our imagination is that marriage of the intellect and the intuition. You need to create space for deepening your spiritual, your visionary capacity. Your health. Health is wealth. I'm telling you right now, if you do not focus attention on your health and maintain attention on your health, I don't care how wonderful your idea is or your vision is, to come to the end and have destroyed yourself is not really in service to anything, to anybody. And then finally, your time. Like, how are we spending our time? Today, I'm spending my time having this conversation with you because I feel like it's a value. It's a value to me to be able to transmit to you what I've learned over my 40 plus years, for over 4 decades of entrepreneurial business ownership in a variety of industries. Because if I can support you to make different choices and different decisions, and I can support you to stop the mindset, to strip yourself of the mindset of self-sacrifice, I'm actually making the world a better place for me and for you and for all the people that we impact and affect moving forward from here. And so it's fun for me to be able to do that. And it's fun for me to be able to be part of an ecosystem of exchange with you as a listener, potentially with you as a guest on the show. If you feel like you have something that you want to share that would be beneficial to our listening audience in more than 29 countries worldwide, love to have you apply to be a guest. If you have somebody you'd like to suggest as a guest, and of course, our wonderful guests, when I'm sharing with our wonderful guests, it's such a joy for me. It's a pleasure for me to be able to do this. And so I want to invite you to ask yourself today on Think About It Thursday, where am I stealing from myself? Where am I sacrificing? Am I sacrificing my time? Am I sacrificing my health? Am I sacrificing my creative capacity or my imagination, right? Am I constantly drawing on my creative capacity and trying to command and demand that the creativity and the innovation and the ideas are coming to me? Or do I have right relationship with the muse and am open and have space for ideas and visions and innovations to come naturally rather than trying to manufacture them? Am I stealing from my ecosystem of exchange? Am I treating people who are in my ecosystem of exchange well? Am I treating myself well in those relationships? And finally, am I actually having fun, or am I doing this because I may be running a trauma pattern where I think I need to achieve something because I want to, maybe impress my parents or the people that were mean to me in high school, or whatever past experiences may be driving you? Are you coming at what you are doing from devotion or from feeling driven to do so? And so I invite you to look at all of those things and to consider if it's time for you to get support, to look at the blind spots, to get the support of somebody who can hold space for you to really thoroughly examine not only the practical aspects of bringing your vision into reality, but also these more esoteric aspects of bringing your vision into reality. Then I would invite you to reach out for a complimentary consultation. There is a little button on the page, on the leadingvisionaries.com page, where you can apply for a consultation with me. And if you qualify, our team will set that up for you. Thanks again for tuning in here on Think About It Thursday. Please let me know what you took away from today's conversation.
Thanks for tuning in, downloading, and listening. Be sure to rate and review Leading Visionaries on Apple Podcasts and share with other people you know who can benefit from today's episode. Leading Visionaries is the premier podcast series for informing, activating, and inspiring the leading visionaries who are called to create conscious change and know that now is the best time to welcome wealth and cultivate a web of collaborative support to bring their vision to life. We invite your feedback and guest suggestions and invite you to subscribe to our mailing list to be notified of new episodes at leadingvisionariespodcast.com.